Ooh. Yeah, I know what's behind that door. Cause I ain't even lie no more. This ain't 2009 no more. Alright, chat. We here, bro. We here. Welcome to the stream, people. Back again, as you know it. Welcome back to the stream, chat. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. W to the chat. W to the chat. We are back again. It's another Wednesday. I come by the name of Bundle, aka Bundle of Joy, aka the one that brings forth the fruit of the Spirit, aka you already know who it is.
I am on a different level, show me what it is. I don't have no options, cause you hate me, that's just weird. Then I'm moving, I am moving. And I guess I'm standing just real before I wasn't like this. If you didn't hate me then might as well hate me now. I got social issues, can't be fixed by spoken loud. If you want me, baby, make it move up with me now. If I don't wanna be part of this shit, it's not for me.
Let's not waste any time, bro. What else do I supposed to inform you guys with? I think let's just get into the video. Hey guys, don't mind me today, bro. I didn't touch him, bro. It's just water, bro. Not to say water is not healthy, but hey, you know you need water like once in a month. I'm joking. I'm joking, chat, bro. But, today we'll be reacting to this experiment they were doing. I recently went through it and I saw it. I'm like, damn, this is interesting, bro. Check this, bro. I saw this Stanford Prison Experiment, chat. I saw a bit about it. They were like, the Stanford Prison Experiment, also referred to as the Zimbabwe Prison Experiment, was a controversial psychological experiment performed in August 1971 at Stanford University. Okay, I don't know why is it performed at the university. Isn't this like supposed to be a prison or something? Am I dumb, chat? What's happening, bro? But I think it's supposed to be something like it's in a prison. It's like an experiment in prison. Or it was called a Stanford prison. But why is it called university? Hey, bro. But yeah, as I was saying, chat, I ran into this. I'm like, damn, this seems really interesting, bro. And then I was like, let me see if there's a video of it. Yeah, well, and then look at this chat, bro. Where is this thing, bro? Come on. I know you're somewhere here, bro. Hold up, chat. Give me a second. Bear with me, bro. Bear with. Yo, where is this thing, bro? The heck? I know I saw it. Hey, where is this thing, chat, bro? Hold up, dog. My bang fishela. Wait. Chat, I'm not saying, imagining things, bro, coming up with my own things. I saw this video, bro. Nah, bro, I'm not even tripping, bro. I know I saw it. I'm gonna find it to prove people wrong, bro. Hold up. Yo, what is this thing? No, let me just search Stanford, bro. Dumbass nigga, bundle, boy. Let me just say Stanford, bro. Stanford experiment. No, I know how to spell experiment, but I don't mind.
Stop the cap.
Experiment. Yes, sir. I know it's somewhere here. Where is it? There is it, bro. It's called the Stanford Prison Experiment. You see, even the way it's looking, bro, like it actually looks traumatizing, but just a thumbnail, bro. That thing just looked traumatizing, but just a thumbnail, bro. So check, bro. Stay tuned. Listen to me, bro. As I was saying, bro, let's get into the video. We're gonna look at the Stanford Prison Experiment. We're gonna look what is it about, what are they talking about, what's happening here. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share notification button so that you see every time this thing is posting, bro. What else? Let's get it. I hope you all can hear fine, bro.
One of the most infamous psychological studies ever conducted was the Stanford Prison Experiment. It's mentioned in almost every intro to psychology textbook. They tend to focus on how unethical it was and are less critical.
I like how this guy is sitting already, bro. This looks like a professional shit already, bro. Look at this, the way this guy is sitting, bro. This guy, like this, boy, and then the way he's even talking, boy, like clean nigga, boy. It's like a nigga that can like read you, bro. I think I can read you as soon as you come into your room. It tells you about who's your family. Let me just go to the video, bro.
They tend to focus on how unethical it was, and are less critical of its supposed conclusion. August 14th, 1971, Palo Alto, California. 12 young men are rounded up from their homes by police, placed under arrest, and brought to a makeshift prison in the basement of Stanford University. It all
You see, that's what I was trying to think, bro. Like, these people, they had a prison underneath a varsity, bro. That's crazy. They had a prison underneath a varsity. Chad, like, imagine if it was like that now, bro. That UJ boy, tiwa khona UJ prison. To a UJ prison in Ghana, like students can come once in a while and visit the prisoners underneath. That's crazy, bro. Hold up, though.
And brought to a makeshift prison in the basement of Stanford University. It all begins as a study on the psychology of prison life, led by Stanford psychology professor Dr. Philip Zimbardo. 24 volunteers, 12 guards, and 12 prisoners have agreed to spend the next 2 volunteers.
Wait, hold up. I saw this nigga.
Psychology professor Dr. Philip Zimbardo.
Psychology professor, Professor Zimbardo. I saw the name Zimbardo here. The Stanford Prison Experiment, also referred to as the Zimbardo Prison Experiment. Ooh, so that's the nigga. This is the nigga, like, right here. Look at the shades, boy. Look at the side mustache right there. Call this the side mustache, not the side ears, side hair, bro. That's the side mustache. These niggas look scared already, bro. The prisoners look scared already. These niggas finna put a crazy experiment on them, bro. This nigga finna put a crazy experiment on them, bro. Let's move, Jet, bro.
Zimbardo. 24 volunteers, 12 guards, and 12 prisoners have agreed to spend the next 2 weeks recreating life in a correctional facility.
This is unbelievable. They took my clothes. Hands off the door.
The prisoners are booked and stripped nude. They're
What
no
the-
longer individuals, forced to wear smocks, stocking caps, and shackles, identified only by their prisoner numbers.
It evolves into a confrontation. The guards showing the prisoners who's boss.
The guards quickly adapt to their new profession. Given anonymity by their mirrored sunglasses, some of them start to control the meager food rations, restrict prisoners' bathroom use, and as tensions rise,
Well, how do they restrict your prison use, bro? Hold up, bro. Chad, you telling me you're not supposed to go to the toilet now? You're telling me number 2 hit you on the spot, you're not supposed to ride to the toilet? They're like, nah, boy, it's peak season for you, bro. What? Nah, boy, come on, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Nah.
so do their cruel methods. Within just 6 days of the planned 2-week study, conditions are so bad that the entire operation is shut down.
I'm inside. Help now! God damn it.
The study
Nah.
international.
Chad, I won't lie, this must be real bad, bro. What? I didn't know about this experiment. Hey, bro, I enjoyed your stream. Has some suggestion I want to share with you, but I don't want to spam your chat. Let's chat on Discord. FamCC73. Hey, right there, bro. Sure, bro. Like, no, funny thing, I didn't know Discord, bro. Funny thing, I didn't know Discord, bro. I was only introduced to it now. Well, I knew, but I didn't know kind of like what it was and stuff. So, sure, bro, we can chat, bro. Who is this? I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name, bro. Pilugbe. Bro, I'm sorry if I pronounced that thing wrong with Pilugbe. Let me screenshot this, bro, and then I'm gonna remember, and then I'm gonna hit you up on what's this thing? On Discord, and then we're gonna talk. Thank you if you enjoyed the stream, bro. Really appreciate it, brother. Okay. Let's get back into the video. Thank you, bro. Yeah, hit me up. Just hit me up. No, I'll hit you up on that account, and then you're gonna talk about what you wanted to share and comment.
Headlines. Zimbardo's fame skyrockets, and his conclusions are taught to students worldwide, used as a defense in criminal trials, and are even submitted to Congress to explain the abuses inflicted at Abu Ghraib. And are even submitted to Congress to explain.
Boy, look at how the K9 is looking at that nigga, boy. Nah. Boy, if he was a prisoner, bro, and they had a K9 looking at me like these. Wait, nah, wait. Actually, I think I can eat your face right there. Look at this, bro. If this nigga just let it go right now, it's peak season, bro. Nah.
In the abuses inflicted at Abu Ghraib, the study brings up a question just as important then as it is today. Is evil caused by the environment or the personalities in it? Zimbardo's shocking conclusion.
The cameraman is always there.
Or the personalities.
The cameraman is always there. You never miss the cameraman, bro. The cameraman is always there, bro. Like you don't know the line. The cameraman doesn't die. You don't know that famous line. The cameraman is always there. People could be literally dying. He's there. I'm like, boy, I'm gonna document this.
Zimbardo's shocking conclusion is that when people feel anonymous and have power over depersonalized others, they can easily become evil, and it occurs more often than we'd like to admit. But while it's true that people were mean to each other during the Stanford Prison Experiment, what if what truly caused that behavior wasn't what we've always been told?
What? Minefield. Okay. Yeah, Stanford Prison Experiment revisited.
The Stanford Prison Experiment has always had its controversies, but a wave of recent revelations have pushed it back into the spotlight 47 years later. Today, I'm going to speak with journalist Ben Blum, whose recent writings have brought criticism of the experiment to a larger audience than ever before. How did you get involved in the Stanford Prison Experiment in the first place?
Well, my involvement was quite personal. Like everyone, I had kind of absorbed the basic lesson of the experiment through the cultural ether. And then my cousin Alex was arrested for bank robbery. This was a team of mostly military guys with AK-47s. Alex was the driver. He was a 19-year-old U.S. Army Ranger, and it was a superior of his in the Rangers that organized and led the bank robbery. Alex thought the whole thing was a training exercise. He was just so brainwashed in this intense Ranger training that when a superior proposed this bank robbery, he took it as just one more kind of tactical thought experiment.
How do you take this as an experiment, boy? Robbing a bank is an experiment. That's crazy.
And Dr. Philip Zimbardo participated in his legal defense. Zimbardo submits a letter to the court advocating leniency and sentencing on the grounds that Alex, my cousin, had been so transformed by the social environment of the Ranger Battalion that he participated in the bank robbery without exercising his own free will.
Well, how did that affect Alex's sentencing?
He received an extraordinarily lenient sentence of 16 months. So Zimbardo was
I mean, 16 months is not that bad, bro.
But over time, Alex finally, he did admit to me, you know what, I knew this was a bank robbery by the end. I just didn't have the moral courage to back out.
Oh, wow.
Alex, myself, and our whole family came to view the Zimbardo argument as a way to shirk personal culpability and to put all the blame on the situation.
So you start looking at the Stanford Prison Experiment in particular. You reached out to Dr. Zimbardo himself, as well as some of those who participated. What'd you learn?
I learned to my deep surprise that quite a number of the participants had stories of their experience that completely contradicted the official narrative.
Which is, look, these regular people, good people came together and because of the situation, became evil.
Right. Zimbardo has claimed that the guards were put in the situation and then the kind of hidden wellspring of sadism that apparently lies in all of us unfolded organically.
On day 2, there was a very sharp change in the whole nature of what was happening in that prison. The guards now fell into their job.
There was an orientation meeting for the guards. They had been told quite explicitly to oppress the prisoners. That falls under the heading of what psychologists call demand characteristics. Experimental subjects tend to be motivated to give experimenters what they want.
Demand characteristics occur whenever participants being studied act differently than they normally would because they've guessed what hypothesis is being tested and feel that a certain kind of behavior is being demanded.
There was a recording of explicitly correcting a guard who wasn't being tough enough.
Guards have to know that every guard.
That's crazy, bro. Like, if you're not tough enough, bro, they're telling you, bro, we want you to be tougher than these, bro. Be hardcore on these niggas, bro. Like, we're not playing. Nah, that's crazy, bro. Nah.
It's going to be what we call a tough guard. And so far, yeah, well, you have to kind of try and get it in you. Whether or not we can make this thing seem like a prison, which is the aim of the thing, depends largely on the guard's behavior.
A conclusion you could make from the Stanford Prison Experiment is that when you tell people to be cruel, they'll do it if you tell them it's for a greater good like science.
Right.
Who would have thought?
I think the study stands still as a fascinating spur.
007 here, bro. I'm watching the Stanford Prison Experiment, bro. But here, they're just yapping. Wait, it looks like they're just yapping to this nigga, bro. They're just yapping like an interview together. They're not, kind of explaining what the whole Stanford thing is about. I don't know what's happening, bro. But let me try, bro. I'ma try, bro. What can I do, dog? They're talking about this Stanford Prison Experiment.
Further more careful research as a demonstration.
Niggas like, what are you
anyone
watching?
curious as to
Didn't
how
even know
such
you're streaming already. I was waiting.
could arise.
Yeah, bro, I posted, bro. Did you know I posted? Oh, I'm used to also sending it to you. Damn. Nah. Forgive me, Mr. 007, bro. Didn't know, bro.
In such a short time.
Didn't know, brother.
The experiment could still be useful, but it might need to be reinterpreted. Its data might lead to different conclusions than the one that we've been telling for so many decades.
Right.
The flaws in the experiment that Ben and other critics bring up call into question large portions of the narrative surrounding the study. So I want to hear from someone who was actually there.
Come on. Get in that private then. All I'm saying is you're going to be in there for a while. So just get used to it.
Dave Eshelman, the study's most infamous guard, agreed to tell me his side of the story.
This is the
Really hard to
nigga.
meet you.
That's
You're a
crazy.
living, walking piece of psychology history.
Wait, boy, like people that are born in 1970, Chad, how old are they? Like, who were around that time? Hold up, though. Because this nigga still looks clean as hell, but look at this nigga. This nigga still looks clean as hell, but he was from the 1970s, boy. Like, I mean, 1970s is not that bad, but like, 1970, 1926. Okay. It's like pushing Boma 69, 56. But it's not like he was born on that year. It was probably much earlier. So this nigga's probably pushing 70 now. Nigga's a living legend. Nigga was torturing people, bro.
You're a living, walking piece of psychology history.
I'm never recognized in the street or anything like that, although I still get some hate mail. But
Are you serious?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Absolutely.
Well, what do you say to them when they react that way?
I say, well, there's probably a lot about that didn't happen quite the way it's been portrayed.
Well, Dave, before we go too far, I'd like to watch the footage we have here so we can kind of talk about what we see.
That's me there, by the way.
Look at that look.
Nigga look like nigga was an order farming cop, bro. Nigga was an order farming prison guard, bro. Nigga has shades, boy. Nigga's a badass nigga. Nah, on.
How did you get involved with a Stanford Prison Experiment?
My father is a professor at Stanford, and I was home for summer looking for a summer job. So I'm looking through the want ads. $15 a day. You know, in 1971, that wasn't bad. The way it was introduced to the guards, the whole concept of this.
Yeah, I know. I heard also this thing of how money was so valuable back in the day, bro. Like people were living off like not even more than 20, bro, a month. Nah, wait, I don't know if I'm tripping on that or what. But people were living, boy, with just small amount of money, like you'd live that off that. You see, this nigga saying $16 a day, so that was probably huge money by then, bro. That was probably like, I don't know, like 1,000 or something. I don't know, Chad, correct me, bro, if I'm wrong. But like, money back in the day, I'm telling you.
We were never led to believe that we were part of the experiment. We were led to believe that our job was to get results from the prisoners, that they were the ones the researchers are really studying. The researchers were behind the wall, and we all knew they were filming, and we can often hear the researchers commenting on the action from the other side of the wall. You know, like, oh gosh, did you see that? Here, let's make sure you get a close-up of that, okay? So if they want to show that prison is a bad experience, I'm going to make it bad.
But how did you feel doing stuff like that? Didn't you feel bad?
I don't know if this is a revelation to you, but 18-year-old boys are not the most sensitive creatures.
Sure.
My agenda was to be the worst guard I could possibly be.
And it's pretty serious.
It harms me. I mean, harms. I mean, in the present tense, it harms me. How did it harm you?
This is my favorite part of all the footage we have from the experiment. It's you and a prisoner confronting each other after the experiment.
I remember the guy saying, I hate you, man.
Damn.
I hate you.
Bro, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say, 007, bro. That nigga looks like that nigga, bro. And these niggas, bro, nah, dog. He looks like Jeffrey Dahmer, bro. Nah. Maybe that's him reincarnated, we don't know.
How does it harm you? Just to think about it, you mean that people can be like that? Yeah. It let me in on some...
I remember the guy saying, I hate you, man.
Yeah.
I hate you.
How does it harm you? Just to think about it, you mean that people can be like that? Yeah. It let me in on some knowledge that I've never experienced firsthand. I didn't see where it was really harmful. It was degrading, and that was part of my particular little experiment to see how I could... Your particular little experiment? Yes, why don't you tell me about that? I was running little experiments of my own.
Each day, I said, well, what can we do to ramp up?
That nigga looked happy while he was torturing people, bro. I won't lie to you, dog. That nigga looked happy while he was torturing. He's like, I wanted to test on this, little experiment. What? Nah, boy. That nigga, wait, see the prisoner nigga, boy. He looks hurt, boy. His data's alien, boy. Like, we're crazy, it's like this. Like, you hurt me. Like, no, that was your little experiment? That's crazy.
What we did yesterday, how can we build on that?
Why did you want to ramp things up?
Two reasons, I think. One was because I really believed I was helping the researchers with some better understanding of human behavior. On the other hand, it was personally interesting to me. I cannot say that I, did not enjoy what I was doing. Maybe, having so much power over these poor defenseless prisoners, maybe, you kind of get off on that a little bit.
You weren't entirely following a
Yo,
script.
Chad, can you be a prison guard, bro? You don't think you can take a job of being a prison guard? Let me see me. I think I can, bro. I think I can, bro. I'm just there watching over prisoners, bro. I'm actually chilled with them, bro. I'm actually chilled, bro. We play all sorts of games, bro. Chilling that they remember me even when they're outside, boy. So that even if like there's a gang attacking my car, see, their gang is retaliating and like wants revenge on like the guys or the society. And then they see me, they're like, yo, there's the cool nigga that was hit us in prison, bro. Wait, like leave him. Let's kill everybody else. Leave him. He's a chill nigga. I'm like, I didn't on, but you already know. You already know, bro.
Director,
Right.
but you also felt like Zimbardo wanted something from you.
Yes.
And you gave that to him.
I believe I did. I think I decided I was going to do a better job than anybody there of delivering what he wanted. But does that excuse me from what I was doing? Certainly it started out with me playing a role. So the question is, was there a point where I stopped acting and I started living, so to speak?
The standard narrative is that Dave Eshelman...
The experiment only lasted 6 days and was supposed to last 2 weeks. So you can imagine the crazy shit that happened. Hey, bro, 007. See, I didn't even know that, boy. It lasted 6 days. And it was supposed to be a 2-week experiment. Boy, that nigga Zombardo, boy, was doing some crazy shit on these niggas, bro. This nigga was doing some crazy shit on these niggas, bro. These niggas look tortured. But you don't think, hear me out, bro. Hear me out. You don't think it's kind of fair, not to say fair, but it is not there's not like a better word for it. You don't think it's kind of fair compared to the things maybe they did? What if this nigga murdered teenagers, bro? What if this nigga was murdering young children? So, what do you think? What do you think, Chats, bro? Do you think it was fair, or do you think it was more brutal, or do you think it was less brutal compared to the things they've done? Let's say you have people, because okay, maybe we don't know their crimes, but what if some people, I know one got in because of a robbery, but what if some got in there for some fucked up shit, bro? Hey, dog. Hey, dog.
To happen. That may be true, but how predisposed to aggression was Dave? I mean, he signed up to something called a prison study, after all. Also, his feeling that cruelty was encouraged and helped the experiment may have affected his behavior. What I'd like to see is, in the absence of outside influence, can anonymity, power, and depersonalization alone lead to evil? To answer that question, I'd like to design a demonstration of my own. So I'm meeting with Dr. Jared Bartles of William Jewell College, a psychologist who has written extensively about the Stanford Prison Experiment and how it is taught. I would love to do the Stanford Prison Experiment again. You could probably make it more ethical, but still find it
This nigga looks like
again. You could probably
This nigga looks like the American Nota, bro. This nigga looks like the American Nota, bro. Look, bro, if you know Nota, Chad, tell me this nigga looks. It's not your job to pass judgment for Mr. Man of God. No, okay, it's not my job. Okay, 007, listen, it's not my job. But certain judgment has to be passed on by a certain judge, right? That's why we have judge in the first place. They sentence you. That's why we have prison. Prison is some sort of a punishment to pay for what you did. You know, it's not supposed to be a hotel where you're enjoying life. There's chilling. Nah, bro. Judgment is supposed to be passed on you. Earth judgment, and then there's spiritual and godly judgment that's gonna pull up after. So imagine you get judgment here on earth, and then imagine you get another judgment in heaven. It's crazy, bro. So that's what I mean. Like, they're supposed to be regretting and paying for what they were doing. So someone needs to put something. That's where the Stanford experiment comes in place. That's where it comes in place.
make it more ethical, but still find the same conclusions. That's my hypothesis.
I absolutely think it's worthwhile, it's important, it's interesting. Probably the best approach is eliminate as best as possible the demand characteristics by eliminating that prisoner guard dynamic.
Why do we even need to call one group guards and one prisoners? There's a lot of expectations around those roles. Oh, I'm a guard? I guess I should act like a guard.
Yeah, you're right. The cover story is really important, and you want to hide the true purpose of the experiment. Another piece of this is the role of personality and personality traits. So the original ad in the Stanford study asked for participants for a study of prison life. You know, that's going to draw certain people that were more kind of disposed to aggression.
Because they saw the word prison and thought, I want to be a part of that.
Exactly. So when you get a group of kind of authoritarian-minded individuals together, not surprisingly, they're going to create an authoritarian regime and environment.
So for whatever it is that we're going to do, we should evaluate the personalities of the individuals.
Right.
So how do we give people every opportunity to be as evil as they can?
I think you have to have those elements that were assumed to be influential in the Stanford study.
What are those elements?
You have to have the depersonalization, you have to have anonymity, you have to have some power differences.
Can we elicit some surprising behaviors in just a number of hours?
If you kind of come back to the Stanford study, there wasn't anything dramatic that happened in the first day of the study.
Yeah.
It was the second day of the study when the guards started to assert their authority. That came about because of prisoners testing and challenging.
Bro, 007, bro. Just, bro, relax, bro. Like, niggas even saying palms, bro, shaking palms. Relax, bro. This is interesting to me. You know I did history in school, bro. I did history in school. So to learn about new history like this, even though like I don't like how the most part is just talking like these, but they kind of explaining, because you see they're revisiting it. They're not kind of telling us. That's not boring, bro. I'm really interested to see what was happening in the Stanford, because it's new to me. What was the Stanford thing? So I'm like, damn, what were they doing to these niggas? Damn. What's the line?
Started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
What did they do to make them niggas mad?
The guards' authority.
Yeah, and that led to fear. That like, wait a second, these prisoners need to be put more in check.
Yeah. So I think you still need that provocation.
Yeah.
Something that is frustrating, something that's going to increase the participants' arousal.
Right. All right, so Jared, would you like to spend some time now brainstorming a new design that peeks into the same questions?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
What? 007 you did history. I didn't know that. I thought you were doing those, those famous things that people judge you if you don't do, like physics and like life science, like pure maths. I thought you did that shit. I didn't know you did history, my nigga. We're in the same boat, my brother. Hey, congrats, right? Niggas in the same boat. Right.
Jared and I sat down with the Minefield crew to begin the planning process. Will a person without any expectations or pushes in a certain direction still be abusive or not? For this demonstration, we want to eliminate all outside variables and really isolate.
Bro, like, why are they coming with their own experiment right now? We don't want that, bro. What the heck? Bro, I don't want these niggas revisiting that thing and showing us. What the heck? We don't care, bro. I just want to know about the history of it, bro. Is there a time period I would like to go back to? Probably Jesus' days.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell. I got a distinction for history. Hey, I got a distinction too, bro. I got a distinction too, bro, in history. So it's not only you, brother. I was gonna say, back in Jesus' time, bro, I was gonna be with my Lord and Savior right there. Be like, wow, bro, I'm really with you, dog. Where are we going? Who are we killing, bro? Nah, I'm joking, not killing, but like, who are we bringing peace upon, Lord? Like, let's go. Let's go heal some people. It's gonna be like Peter, bro. It's gonna be like Thomas, bro. Nah, dog, like, nah, wait. I was gonna fight to Jesus' time. No doubt about it. Like, if there was an opportunity to fight to history, one part of history, not to learn about my family's lineage, I don't care about that. Not to learn about what Mandela did to free us, I don't give a damn about that. I'm going to Jesus, bro. I'm going to my Lord and Savior, bro. I'm trying to learn as much as I can from that nigga. Finish and la. Bro's only distinction. Damn. Okay, now you're right. That was my only distinction, bro. That was my only distinction, actually. But I almost got another distinction. I got like a 78. So on another one, I was left with 2 marks to get a distinction there. I got like 3 level 6, bro. If I clashed in, probably I was gonna get level 7 on them. I was gonna come with 3, probably 3 or more distinctions. How many distinctions did you get, 007? Because you're yapping about me getting only distinction. How many distinctions did you get? I was gonna say 2. That's nothing, bro. That's literally the same as 1. So shut your mouth, bro.
3 core elements of the Stanford Prison Experiment. The first element.
No, bro. I was gonna say these people. Look at this nigga acting serious, boy. They're creating. This thing is boring as hell, bro. Nah, dog. Me, I wanted to learn about the thing. And you would say, Jesus, give another time period. But why you not another time period, bro? I wouldn't have another time period, bro. I wouldn't have another time period, bro. Like that.
Didn't give it.
Nigga got 3. I don't even wanna guess these 3. I don't even wanna guess these 3. Please just say 1. 007, please just say 1. You see, if you say an outrageous one, I'm kicking you out the stream, my G. I'm kicking you out the stream. Listen to me, 007. I know these 3 are probably outrageous, bro. If not all of them, I know one of them is gonna be outrageous. Please, bro, just tell me 1. If that one is also gag, boy, I'm chasing you out the stream, bro. It's a peak session for you, bro.
All I cared about was a submarine.
Oh, you meant 3 distinctions, okay. okay, Patrick, my bad also, my brother. Thank you. Let me ask you, regardless though, if you were to go in one of the time frames from the past, which one would you go to? I wanted to ask. Please behave. Frederick, listen to me, bro. Please behave, bro. Just name just 1 chilled one, like how I did. You see, I saw Jesus because my Lord and Savior and all that. You say your ones, we move, bro. Thank you.
We created a prison, and in that mock prison, we put a number of young men, college students from all over the country who happened to be in the San Francisco area in the summer. We started with 100 people who had called us, answering an ad, and we interviewed them, gave them personality tests.
I remember it being presented as an experiment on how individuals
You see, this is the video I was supposed to watch, not that guy.
with
Not that
captivity
cock,
in
bro.
a specific sort of prison-like situation.
There's going to be no threat of violence, no threat of sexual assault.
They gave me a psychological profile test. One of these lengthy questionnaires. They try to see if you got some kind of pathology or something like that.
They asked you your background and had you ever been in jail, because they didn't want anybody that had actually been in jail.
And I remember signing a contract. You couldn't leave unless you had a good cause, like something physical.
Out of the 125 people, the smaller group of people that they felt were the most psychologically stable, which I thought was hilarious. Because I didn't feel very psychologically stable.
These niggas are old as shit. You see, that's when you know this thing was a long time ago when people nigga old as shit now, bro. Like to think Nazi Siafika la boy. Nazi we are slowly approaching this era, boys. 007 is gonna be walking like a grandpa like this. He's gonna be walking like a grandpa like this. Like, hey, bandos. Bandos, wait for me. You niggas are gonna be old as shit one day. Hope the Lord God get us through that one. Hope the Lord get us through old age, bro. I wanna get old and die peacefully, bro. Die of old age, bro.
Picked 24, and then we flipped a coin and said, these guys are guards and these guys are prisoners.
What were your instructions to the guards?
We simply said maintain law and order, don't let the prisoners escape, and the control of the prison is up to you.
This was the 70s. We were all
Wait, hold up, bro.
Control of the prison is up to you.
Wait, hold up, bro. I thought they were taking real prisoners, bro. I thought they were taking real prisoners and putting them there. Nah, but if they have people volunteering to be prisoners, to be prison guards, it wouldn't make sense. Okay. Now I kinda get it. I thought it was real people, bro. Real person, dog.
This was the 70s. We were all rebellious, young, drug-using, anti-war, long-haired kids. Everybody involved in this could imagine being a prisoner. Not one person could put themselves into the mindset of being a guard.
I wanna see if Mother Teresa was really evil. I mean, I won't lie, that's a valid point though, I won't lie. I don't even know what Mother Teresa is famous for, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I always hear these lines, people referring Mother Teresa, you see, as the evil person and stuff. I don't really know what she was famous for, bro. Evil, like what was she doing, bro? Tell me, bro. I know I did history, but I don't know shit about her, bro. 007, tell me, bro. What was Mother Teresa, like, known for? Evil, like doing things like what in terms of being evil, bro? Like, bro, speak season, bro. Speak season, doctor. You didn't know.
I was glad to hear that I would be a prisoner. I figured that would be a passive role.
I imagined that I would have time to study, so I imagined myself being a prisoner.
I didn't sort of volunteer to be a guard.
I said I would have preferred to be a prisoner, but I was chosen instead to be a guard. I was a little disappointed, but it was still $15 a day, so hey, let's do it.
They sent us guards out to a surplus store, and we were supposed to pick out uniforms.
I had the khaki uniform that we were issued.
We were issued a nightstick, mirrored sunglasses, a uniform.
That was so contrary to the identity that probably any of us young men had ever thought of in our life. Authoritarian, rough, mean, having reflect.
If Rosa Parks' husband had a car. What? Oh my god, bro. Like, if I remember correctly, isn't Rosa Parks the one from the train? Tell me if I'm tweaking, bro. Isn't she the one where she refused to get up to give up her seat on the train? So why would you want to find out if her husband had a car? What, bro? Like, 007, what's wrong with you, bro? I hope I'm saying the right person. I hope this is Rosa Parks. It's the same person we're talking about. Like, why would you want to see if she had, like, the husband in a car? Bro, like, there's something psychologically wrong with 007, bro. I swear, bro.
Uniform, carrying a club was just like, what is that? I mean...
We only wanted to have normal, healthy, average American youth.
Yeah.
When we began, there was no difference between the people who were going to play guards and people who were going to play prisoners.
Stay on.
On Sunday morning, I'm waiting in my home, and this cop car comes up, and a guy's in the street with a huge camera, and a cop comes to my door.
Oh,
and
shit.
he says, "We're arresting you So I can't
Holy
imagine.
shit, they're acting the whole thing out, bro. This is crazy, bro. Yo, this is fire, bro. Like, you apply for this thing of, I'm gonna be a prisoner, they select you to be a prisoner. Then the next morning, cops pull up at your crib, cameras pull up. That's
The
crazy, bro.
neighbors were thinking.
They
Wow,
had the
bro.
police handcuff me and take me downstairs.
That's
There's a camera
crazy.
filming Doug, who's got his hand on the top of the car, and the first.
Yeah, she didn't want to get up from the bus, but allegedly her husband in the car. Okay, wait, but like, what does it mean though? Wait. See, now you're confusing me. Now you're messing up my head. What does it mean though? If allegedly her husband had a car and she refused to give up her seat on the train, maybe she wasn't doing it because she already had a car, a whip at home. Maybe she was doing it to support the colored community, bro. To support the other race community, not the white people. So she did it out of fighting the struggle, not because she didn't have any means of transport, but because she wanted to do this. So it was planned. Maybe she planned it. She planned it. She planned to do this for the fight of people being freed, bro. So like what does it mean for you, like 007, bro? Like, what does it mean for you? Like, if you wanted to know if the husband had a car or what? For me, I think even if she did have a car, but she wanted to do it in support of the other races that are oppressed and wanted to show support and fight the struggle also. That's what I think.
Yeah, they're putting him in handcuffs. They put me in the back of the cop car. They drove off, and this guy's filming the whole thing. And I really wanted to tell the neighbors, this is just an experiment.
The next thing I remember is the cops fingerprinting us at the police station.
I remember being a little shocked at the level of authenticity. It was a real event, in a way, in these prisoners' lives.
We try to create an environment which was a functional simulation of what happens in prison.
As you can see in the footage, when the police dropped us off, we were blindfolded.
Nah, it's not boring. This one actually tells you. This one actually tells you about the history, bro. This one actually tells you about the history and what's happening and how it was. Compared to those niggas that were just wanting to do their own shit, bro. This is interesting, Fredericks, bro.
And wound up in this hallway.
You know, watching any bombs on this channel, bro. If you want bombs, go to other streamers that show bombs. I'm not showing bombs, bro. I'm bundles, bro.
I just remember being told to strip.
Socks off, too.
And stand with my hands against the wall, and they sprayed me.
It would make them wear these very simple, scratchy smocks.
A smock with their number on it.
It kind of went down to mid-thigh. They didn't let them wear their underwear.
They would be wearing a nylon stock over their head to simulate having shaved heads.
Yeah, you learned about it. I didn't, nigga. You went on an all-white, well, not all-white, you went on a fucking premium school, bro. You went in a premium private school. So you got all the best knowledge you could get. I didn't know this. They didn't teach me about this. They were teaching me about fucking, who's this guy? Who's this guy, bro, from Cuba, bro? This guy from Cuba, the famous guy from Cuba, almost said Leonardo da Vinci. They were teaching us about Abu Mandela, bro. They were teaching us about people from the US. They were teaching us about that nigga from Cuba, you know. But not this one. I don't know this one, bro. Damn, dog.
They put like chains just on one foot,
And I'm sure there's other people that don't know about this then who would like to find out. So shut the hell up, 00 Fredericks. 00 Fredericks is crazy. 00 Fredericks, that's a new one for you, bro.
It was part of their plan to dehumanize us.
They became an object in a system as opposed to an individual.
There were 3 prison cells, and each of the cells was the size of a small bedroom with a couple of mattresses. And they had windows on the doors with bars on them so that you can come by and take a look in there and see what was going on.
There was a camera at the end of the hall. There was a false wall and a hole in it. And if there's anybody in the hall, it was recording behavior.
From your cell, one couldn't see the entire hallway. All I can do is hear the noise.
At first, everything about it was uncomfortable, except probably the sunglasses, because I did like to wear sunglasses, especially if your eyes were red from getting high. That was helpful.
First day, there was that feeling of awkwardness to kind of get us into our roles. But that feeling disappeared.
Yeah, Fidel Castro, bro. Fidel Castro. Nobody knows his history, boy. Nice one, Mr. 00 Fredericks, bro. Yeah, Fidel Castro, bro. We're learning about those dudes you saw in other people. Not these ones. We didn't go to premium school like you, bro. Huh.
With all the stuff that was happening.
I took a leadership role, deliberately. Somebody must have been spending a lot of money to have this experiment put on, and they were trying to show the bad effects of prison, but nothing was happening. I said, okay, here's what we're going to do. I was making the plans.
Morning, girls.
This nigga was really putting on the role, I won't lie, boy. This nigga was putting on a real experiment right here.
We would get them out of their cells, line them up in the hallway.
Turn around, face the wall, hands against the wall.
And I would take them through drills.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You'll have to do it again, man.
I shouted in their faces quite a bit.
Didn't I tell you that you could not laugh? Maybe you didn't hear me right.
One of the guards, we called him John Wayne.
They gave me the nickname John Wayne. It's kind of curious because John Wayne never played evil characters in his films. He always played the hero. Well,
yo, who's John Wayne? Hey, bro, I don't know all these people, boy. It's crazy I give history. I don't know all these people, but my history teacher will be looking at me like these. I'd be like, yo, bring that boy back in school, bro. This nigga doesn't know nothing, boy. Fail, boy. But I still got a distinction, though. Still a legend, bro.
We were all against the Vietnam War. John Wayne came out in full support of the Vietnam War. So if you're an evil dude, you're an enemy.
And what the hell are you talking about?
You're John Wayne.
John Wayne was a very dramatic presence.
This time, louder.
He kept doing irritating things.
You tell me who's boss.
At first, I tried to make it kind of entertaining. And I would make up the drills as I pretty much went along.
Sing something. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was singing stupid songs, or it was telling the guy next to you that you loved him. Anything that we thought would be kind of humiliating for guys.
Down, up, down.
We had them refer to us as, yes, Mr. Correctional Officer.
Prisoners must address the guards as Mr. Correctional Officer. Prisoners must address the guards as Mr. Correctional Officer. And the
We referred to them by their numbers.
How must prisoners address themselves? By number only. How? By number only.
So all things designed to sort of dehumanize the prisoners.
We started out having fun.
Hey, wait. Okay. I was gonna say, bro, it was like, why are they all happily and giggly? But this is known as the famous Stanford Prison Experiment. That means it's still gonna get harsh because you see, they're saying we started out having fun, laughing and joking. John Wayne was a racist shit. No, bro. But they're saying here John was like the good guy, but that was that was against the Vietnam War and stuff. Oh, so why are you saying the other thing, Mr. 00 Fredericks, bro? Why are you saying like that nigga was the racist nigga or what? I boy, come on, dog.
Laughed.
Hold up, bro. Hold up, dog. Hold up. John Wayne was an Academy-winning American actor and cultural icon, nicknamed the Duke. He optimized rugged masculinity and American frontier idols, starring in 142 films over 50. He remains as Hollywood's most enduring figure. This nigga looks like he was a G, most. Easy life and career, name and origin, born in this world. This nigga looks like he was a G, bro. Like, there was nothing wrong with him, bro. What was John Wayne known for? His roles in Western and war films. Are we talking about the same John Wayne, bro? Like, are you talking about the same nigga? What was the cause of John Wayne's death? Nah. You didn't clean. What was John Wayne's famous line? The hell I won't. Bro, I don't know, dog. Maybe we're talking about the different one. I don't know, bro. Check if he was racist or not. Was John Wayne racist? Based on 1971 interview with Playboy magazine, John Wayne expressed views widely considered racist and white supremacy. In the interview, Wayne made several controversial statements which have led to modern efforts to remove his name from public institutions, such as the Orange County Airport. White supremacy views. When asked about black activists and dissidents, Wayne stated, "I believe in white supremacy until the blacks are educated to a point of responsibility." Yeah, okay, now that's crazy. Okay, yeah, that's crazy. Let me see. Anti-black statement. When stated he did not feel guilty about slavery. Stating, "I don't believe in giving authority and most Hollywood legends are racist." Yeah, I'm starting to believe that, Mr. 007. I won't lie. Wait. When stated he did not feel guilty about slavery, stating, "I don't believe in giving authority and positions of leadership and judgment to irresponsible people." What the heck? Okay, yeah, this nigga was a racist nigga, bro. Anti-indigenous. Regarding Native Americans, Wayne stated he did not feel it was wrong for white settlers to take their land, stating, "There were great numbers of people who needed new land and the Indians were selfish, tried to keep it for themselves." Yo. The same interview contained homophobic slurs and harsh comment about movie featuring gay characters. Wait, boy, let me see this John Wayne guy, bro. Maybe I recognize him from somewhere. Hold up. Yo, this nigga was racist, this one. Oh, racist nigga right here. Nigga was a star through racism, bro. Okay, they saying he made 5 films. It's just that the nigga was a racist piece of shit, bro. Oh, right there, John Wayne, bro. Nigga won an Oscar also. Bro. Hey, dog, no comment, bro. What can I say, bro? No comment, dog. Let's move on with the video. Don't ever doubt my knowledge again. Boy. Respect, Mr. 007. Shwele. What shwele means say forgive, boy. Forgive, shwele, bro. Never doubt the nigga with history. Nigga knows his shit right there. Nigga knows his shit. But we still, we both still got distinction, so don't ever put me on a low standard, my brother. We're the same nigga, bro. Shut the fuck up.
They told us to chant something, we would bastardize it somehow.
I'd like it to sound like a football cheer. 2, 0, 9, 3.
Give me a 5.
And you know that the guards couldn't hurt you. I mean, it's an experiment.
Yeah.
We're all white middle-class students. What are they going to do to us?
They started to selectively punish smartasses.
Just harassment, basically, and wanting the prisoners to show respect to the guards.
We're really dealing now with power relationships between people who have some power to control others and people who allow themselves to be controlled. It's a gradual process. You get socialized into the role.
It's almost surreal when you think about it. Everybody was taking this as if it were a real prison. I think that I took control of the group of guards and they followed my lead.
That's in my crib. Why are they showing niggas on slides now, bro? Like, we don't care about that, bro.
I had just finished my freshman year where I have gone through hazing a fraternity. And they would take us through different humiliations. They poured molasses all over my head. They made me rub this very burning ointment on my genitals. I said, this has got nothing to do with anything. It's just you guys being sadistic bastards. And some of that...
This nigga cannot hoop, bro. This nigga means like 15 shots. 15 shot point miss, bro. Plus, the not recorded one. I'm sure that nigga was like, hey, okay, I cut the cameras now, bro. Come on.
Inside.
You're embarrassing me here.
And you're in a position where you can return this cruelty to somebody else.
Look, it's gonna miss still. Look at this.
You know how to do it.
You see, they can't because he missed. Nah. Let me just continue with the video right there.
Dave had cultivated this persona of this despised, hated, feared figure of authority that nobody wanted to mess with.
Tell him you don't want to say kick, is that what it is? Then what the hell are you talking about?
I tried to be a sidekick to him in a lot of the stuff we were doing.
I didn't know you lied. Nobody wants to do any lying in here, 2093. Why don't you shoot some lying on the ground? Yes, Mr. Burke. Come on. Spread your arms out.
Everybody was in their role. We were already settled into this is what it's like in a prison.
2093, how about 5 push-ups right now? Fast. 1, 2, 3.
We just kind of contrived things to make the prisoners feel bad about themselves. In this very short period of time, we were endeavoring.
Nah, bro. No, bro. I need to finish the stream there, bro. Come on. Maybe after this. Maybe we won't go through at the end. Nah, bro. Come on. The stream is already taking much time already, bro. Look at this, bro. We've been streaming for 55 minutes and you want to have a show on this thing. You know editing's gonna be a hell, boy. You know editing's gonna be hell, bro. Nah, boy. Unless you're gonna edit with me, that's when you're gonna play a song. If you're gonna edit with me, we're gonna play a song. If not,
them down.
If not, shut the fuck up, Frederick, bro. If not, shut the fuck up, bro. Nah, dog.
My name is Chuck Burton. I live in Mexico.
Bro, I'm not even gonna pay attention to this comment, bro.
In 1981, I became a tax preparer, and I basically worked for 36 years doing tax returns. I decided I didn't want to spend my life indoors anymore. So I spend my life outdoors as much as possible. And this all fits in the context of a pretty deep Buddhist meditation practice. My younger days were very difficult.
But why are they telling us about this nigga's history, bro? We don't care.
I was the smallest kid in high school. My parents made the mistake when I was in 3rd grade of skipping me because I was intellectually.
Bro, we don't care, bro. Day 2, thank you. Smoke to day 2. Yeah, you can laugh, Frederick's bitch ass nigga, bro. I'm not gonna play that
So
thing,
we're
bro.
in these cells, and I learned that they weren't gonna let anybody come in to give me my books. And I thought, well, wait a minute. In prison, they give you books. How can you deny this in an experiment? And there's nothing to do.
3401.
And the guards kept doing irritating things like not giving us utensils to eat. They were making life yucky. But the job was to be a prisoner. Now, what do prisoners do? They get to act naughty. And we knew we could do anything. So it was like this incredible sense of freedom. So I thought, well, we'll make this a rebellion. And it turns out the doors opened into the cells. So I thought, these guards keep waking us up. Well, screw that. Let's just put the beds in front of the door so they can't come in.
Get your bed in front of the door! One vertical, one horizontal. Don't let them in.
And that pissed off the guards.
Get reinforcements! Yeah, you got to push her to that.
That was a reason for us to get tougher with them. We could not have them challenge our authority as guards.
The prisoners rebelled. That was the turning point, because then the guards had a reason to crush the rebellion and think of these other students as dangerous prisoners.
We took their bed away to remove that element of comfort.
They beat us when they took the beds out, so they won that round.
How about that?
So they're not winning the next round.
The prisoners had gotten together and decided that they were going to fight their way out of this and mounted a rebellion.
Get back from the door.
At that point, it escalated.
I ripped off my number, and I threw it in the hall. And I said, let's all rip off our numbers, and all throw them in the halls.
Tear off your numbers! Hey!
And when they would call me 8612, I wouldn't respond. I said, my name is Doug.
You're not taking our smocks, man. Yes, we are. You're not taking our smocks off.
They took our smocks, and underneath our smocks, we had nothing. Me and this other guy, they chained us together. One arm to one arm and one leg to one leg, naked.
Nah, now they're making them do some gay shit, bro. We are tied together like these, and we're both naked. I can't even, when I do these, or like I try to violate these, I see the niggas bam, boy. Nah, boy, come on, that's, now they're making niggas do some gay shit, boy, like, you see. Now a nigga's gonna discover he's gay while they were doing an experiment in prison.
They won. I wasn't let them win. Come on, dogs. I've always been an extrovert.
A dog's got to take a dump.
I've always had a lot of energy. I'm an energized guy. Growing up, I suffered a cultural lag when I was in high school. And then I went to UC Berkeley, and it was during the really raucous years. It was Rebellionville.
Why are they showing us these life story niggas? Okay, I get what they're trying to do, but we don't care about that, bro. What the niggas say that just appeared so quick and then just disappeared, bro? I wonder. Everyone in prison is gay. Ha! There's an AI mod, boy. That's blocking your shit. Shout out to the AI mod right there. Everyone in prison is gay now. You tweaking now, bro. Not everyone in prison is gay, bro. Not everyone in prison is gay, bro. Oh, I forgot to tell you, gents, bro. I forgot to tell the chat. Chat, look, bro. There's a new feature now. Turns out bundle looks like it has been monetized. So look which button can appear now, right there. Look at this button right here, boys. Look at this button right here, boys. Like, yo boys know what to do. Yo boys know what to do. Right there. Right there. Right there. This button wasn't there because I wasn't monetized. I wasn't streaming enough and stuff. So I covered the hours and then right there. Right there. Boys. So you know what to do, boys and girls, bro. You know what to do, boys and girls. Let's go. Let's go.
In the prison cell, there were plugs, and in the plugs, there's a screw. If you take that screw out, you can use that as a screwdriver. The mechanism that locked the door was on the inside. So we used that screw every time a guard would go out of the way. We'd go unloosen some of the screws, he'd come back.
They was gonna make me show bubs. Nah, bro. I'm not gonna show bubs for subs. Boy, I don't, bro. I'm not a simp like that, bro. I'm not bound to viewers like that, bro. Whereas you think because there's a gift sub thing, now you're gonna manipulate me now to get what you want. Bro, I don't go by the viewers' rules, bro. I go by bundles rules, nigga. Go by bundles rules. So there's no bombs. If I say there's no bombs, there's no bombs. If you want bombs, go and get them in real life, not on my stream. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cause right now you just confessing now, Gucci. Nigga doesn't get bombs in real life. Nigga wants bombs on screen. Nigga watches trapash. Nigga watches bombs on screen. Nigga doesn't get his bombs on his own. You would rather watch bombs on screen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unloosen some of the screws, he'd come back. And then we waited for the shift change. We opened up the door. We looked to see if they were gone. And then hobbled down the other way, naked, and around the corner, thinking that we were going to escape. So they figured out we escaped, and they came and got us. When they threw us back in the cell naked, and I thought, oh my God, this is not fun anymore. This can't get any better. It could only get worse.
This is unbelievable. They took our clothes.
Hands off the door.
They took our bed. They took our bed.
Hands off the door.
This one guy was rattling the bars and calling me something.
I'm just speaking facts, 007, bro. I'm just speaking facts, bro.
And I grabbed this fire extinguisher to get him away from the bars, and I sprayed him with it. I thought it was funny.
When the repercussions were being too severe, all I remember thinking, this is a bad, bad job. I got to get out of this job. This is for real. These people don't want to let me out. What am I going to do? And I had to be creative. So I said I had a tummy ache because I thought that would get me out. So they pulled me in the back. Zimbardo was there. That's where I really remember Zimbardo for the first time. Phil is big, 6'1", 220 pounds. I was 110 and 5'8". He was a professor at Stanford. Zimbardo's a fancy guy. I was intimidated. He said, Doug, you can't leave.
That nigga probably said, hey bro, you're not leaving this prison. Niggas looking at me like this. You're not leaving this prison, but this is an experiment. You're gonna be part of an experiment. Right? Saying that nigga was 6'1". I'm not giving this work streaming service my card details. Oh damn, you want details? Ah boy, come on, you can trust Cake. Come on. Fredericks, you can trust Cake, bro. Kick is chill like that, boy. Like, it's gonna keep your account safe, boy. Like, how do you think other people get subs? Other people get subs because they put their card details there, so that if they wanna put subs, they can just, they're not taking some of you, bro. How do you think other people give subs? Come on, 007, bro. Come on, bro.
Because history being made, and you're the leader of the rebellion, for God's sakes. We need your input in this important event. When I came out of that room, I had the definite impression that I couldn't leave the experiment.
8612, against the wall. Against the wall, 82. Life can be very difficult, or it can be a lot easier. Like, if I gotta be in here, I'm not gonna put up with it.
8612, I think you have to spend all time.
You, boy, this nigga's taking it serious. You see, this nigga now doesn't want to be here, bro. Now he's like, yo, they're not letting them out, boy. You see what's fun? Now they're not letting them out. You see, they deleted your shit now. It's because niggas yapping shit. I don't trust white people. Boy, that's why they keep on stretching your shit, bro. 007. That's why they keep on stretching your shit. When niggas said I don't trust white people and that shit was just... Bro, you cannot beat these out, boy. You cannot beat these out, boy. Use better language, Mr. 007. Use better language, bro.
Locking.
Oh, shit.
8612, I think you have to spend all time in the hole.
Locking them in the hole was the most disturbing. It was a small closet, which was very dark and dank and very small, and it would be quite a frightening experience.
8612, spend more time in the hole. Well, it's a good place. You get to know well.
They threw me in the hole.
Ooh, this is becoming serious
I
now.
was in this closet on my side, lying down in this dark. And I remember being really like, oh, I can't get out of this experiment. Somebody had control over my life. I'm in this emotional state.
You don't know what he's got. I didn't. Everything I've been trying. Don't you know him?
I could hear him screaming about, I'm burning up inside.
That wasn't the nicest thing you could say, bro. Nah, boy, this nigga, bro, what's with you, boy? Like, 007, relax, bro. You're gonna get yourself cancelled. You're on the internet now. This is no joke here. People are gonna see this. They're gonna be like, yo, fine, who is this? They do some background research. They're like, oh, here is this racist nigga. Because in a way, you're racist. No. Let's talk facts right there, Fredericks, bro. 007, bro.
And then I got desperate.
Being isolated in that little dark space, he cracked.
Prisoner 8612 was suffering from acute emotional disturbance. We had already come to think so much like prison authorities that we thought he was trying to con us.
The guy's a wimp. He can't take it. He must be just a very weak-willed individual.
Turn around. Push
There's nothing we're doing here that's even close to what they do if you try to join a fraternity.
It took quite a while before we could be convinced that he was really suffering, and then we released him.
I'm a socialist. I don't care if I get cancelled for my views. Hey, bro, that's you, bro. Hey, do you, bro. Do you, 007, bro. See, now they're showing us about the history now.
See what Debbie gave us yet? Our neighbor gave us dessert. My girlfriend, Teresa, came down to Stanford and picked me up. We got into the parking lot and I could relax. And I said, oh, phew, I got out of there. Thanks for coming and saving me, honey. You want me to make you a cup of coffee, sweetie?
Yeah. It was in the evening, and they called and said,
He's really upset and he says he wants to go home, so I think maybe you should come and get him. I got there and the guy says, well, you know, he seems to be having some kind of mental breakdown. I majored in psychology too, so I was aware of all these, you know, human subject experiments and that there were moral problems with subjecting human beings to artificially abusive situations. You seemed really upset that they would keep you.
Bro, you see Hans in the past, bro. See, we had some loyal Hans in the past, bro. Niggas had some loyal, loving Hans. See, this nigga, bro, nigga had a psychologist hand, boy, just there, boy, for him, boy. Nigga was just there. There was some Hans, but the thing is, the best side about it is that, you know, niggas used to be niggas were violent against the Hans, the NSC. So that's when it becomes really difficult to put you like, were they loyal or like that because of but not all of them. Not all of them. I feel like Hans in the past were so boy, they were obedient, boy, they were good. Boy, now it's peak season, bro. Now it's peak season, bro. These Hans, boy, there's this lady, this meme of this lady said on TikTok. I was like, boy, it's the woman that has gone bad now. The men are good now. It's the women that have gone bad. So there are some niggas that used to kickbox the wives, boy. You see, but there are some Hans that were in a happy relationship, boy. They were just like, where did the time go? You see, except for the one where they were kickboxing Hans. Dude, that one's offside. That one, boy.
Against your will, and that made you very, very angry.
I blame Zimbardo for doing that experiment on me.
Nah, bro, you accepted though.
It was a horrible job.
You accepted though.
And Zimbardo was the perpetrator. I was a victim. Zimbardo would say, he's getting the job done for the greater good. The problem is he doesn't care who he hurts along the way.
Nah, boy, you agreed to be on the experiment, boy. Come on. Come on, bro.
They told me what building, what door. So I went in.
Bro, I want an obedient wife, boy. Like, there's nothing wrong to say to that. I want an obedient wife. As much the same way I'm obedient to Christ, she should be obedient to me. There's nothing wrong with being obedient. Being obedient and submissive to your husband, there's nothing wrong with that. You can sum it up the sentence to make it look like, oh, it's bad. No, I do not give a rat's ass. Bro, 007, but let me tell you, I'm not give a rat's ass. I want a wife that's gonna be obedient to her husband, bro. I'm obedient to Christ, she's obedient to me, the child is obedient to her. That's like that. That's like that. There's nothing wrong with that, bro.
Where's everybody?
A fresh meat here?
I think so. I got his stuff here.
They stripped me, deloused me, put the gown on me and the anklet chain, and then took me down to my cell. If you were in a cell, you couldn't see anything really. I could hear a little bit of what was going on the other side of the wall.
Well, why don't you apply it to yourself? Have that 209 think about just what a bastard.
There were things going on right there that you didn't understand, and especially coming in the middle. That was.
Am I obedient to her? I mean, I'm obedient in some of the things. So yeah, it's kind of like a vice versa to that. You see how yeah, there is some sort of a vice versa obedience putting through, but mainly it's her, boy, that's supposed to be submissive and just obedient to the husband. The husband is the one that's taking the lead. We're like, yo, follow the man's lead. I'm gonna take you to places. Get? We vibe. With her, I could say maybe I'm obedient by not doing some fucked up shit. You know, that's bad. I'm not gonna hurt her. The wife is the number one person you're supposed to be treating with respect, loving, and honoring her. So I'm obedient in the matter of I'm not doing some fucked up shit to her that's gonna damage her, to not make her not happy and shit. That's my way of obedience.
True for me. Your real communication was limited mostly to the people who were in the cell with you.
Clay was a standby prisoner, and we wound up in the same cell, and we had good talks about lots of things. So there was a bond there.
1293, I don't even want to see your face for a couple minutes. Why don't you touch your toes? Yes, Mr. Correctional Officer.
The prisoners were very subdued. They had already been subjected to trauma, and they were not in much of a mood to challenge us in any way.
The prisoners simply were exhausted. And they were in a much different environment than we were. We did an 8-hour shift. We could go home, reconnect with the real outside world.
Damn.
And then resume the next day. They're there 24.
See, they even deleted your message because niggas saying some outrageous stuff. Let me see. Mostly it's her that's obedient. So why aren't both equal? Do you think women aren't equal to men? Women are not equal to men. I must say it and I'm not afraid to say it, my brother. You see this nigga 007 thinks he can get me like to kind of fumble or be levels or what. I do not care. Men and women are not equal. There's boundaries, there's level to this. It's God, it's man, it's woman, it's child. As simple as that. As simple as that. If you are the nigga that's like, no, men and women are equal. No, okay, that's you, bro. That's you. Shout out to your beliefs. Those are not my beliefs. You said those are not my beliefs, bro. So you're saying you're not, so you're saying only partly be obedient. So you're saying you and the men are no equal. Nigga, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. That's exactly what I'm saying. Shut your bitch ass up.
I have no idea what time it was, whether it was night or day, how long they'd been there. So you can see why they would despair. What time it was, whether it was night or day, how long they'd been there. So you can see why they would despair.
Yeah.
And what we wanted to do is create essential psychology of imprisonment. And that's all about power. Every prison is about power. The prisoners have to be ultimately dehumanized. You end up thinking of them as animals. And the guards have to be impersonal, distant.
Bro, nah boy, 007, bro, respectively, we're not finna get on that, bro. We're not finna get on that, bro. I'm gonna tell you at my own time when we're talking, maybe, I don't know when, but I don't have time for that, but come on, there's a lot of things, and you know it too, niggas just acting naive. I'm not getting cancelled, bro. I'm straight, bro. I'm not getting cancelled, bro. I'm just sharing my Christian views, bro. If they have a problem with that, that's fine. That's fine.
Top what we did the day before.
The foundation of the harassment was breaking up our sleep.
Morning.
To be woken at 2 in the morning. And again at 4 in the morning.
Let's have your attention, please. We had some fun lined up for everyone tonight.
That is a really effective way of breaking people down.
4075, 1043.
And so everybody's up, and you're on your feet, you're not really awake, and then they try to think of things to do.
819 54 86. Wait a minute. You asked her to have a shout out, don't you think? That's terrible.
John Wayne in particular, you would pick one and say he'd done something wrong. Pull him out, make him do push-ups.
4325, get out here and do 10 push-ups. Now you're just too slow. 1, 2.
He would insult us in a way that he hoped would get a rise out of somebody so that then that person could be punished.
Would you be a bastard? Yes, ma'am. Well, let me hear you say it.
If somebody seemed to not like that person getting punished, then pull them out of the line and make them do the punishing.
5704, you come over here and sit on his back.
And just kind of build it up from there.
Sit on his back and don't help him. I'm not. You're not on his back either.
Clay wasn't comfortable with what's
Yeah, nah, this nigga was taking too far away. Nah, boy. I was gonna be like, hey, boy, we're not finna do that. But he's gonna still think he's in character. I'm like, what did you say to me, boy? I'm like, hey, bro, I'm not about none of that, bro. Like, no one is getting on my back, bro. Let me just do the push-up. What did you say, boy? I'm like, nah, boy. You know what? After this experiment, bro, I'm gone, boy. They're like, what are you gonna do, bro? I'm gonna punch you. That's when I start throwing hands now. You see, now that's when I start throwing hands. I'm like, bro, like, listen, I'm doing what you want me to do, but now you're taking it too far, my brother. Like, let's not do that. if he's still in character, I said get down, boy. Like, now let's throw hands, bro. Let's throw hands. We like these, boy. Let's squabble up. Squabble up, bro. Kick, bro. Right there.
A little too rough and angry.
Now keep it straight. Come on.
He didn't understand the drill, so to speak. You know, he's coming in fresh from the outside, and he didn't want to cooperate. And so we picked on him and made sure that we would break his will.
I could understand people feeling like it's only 2 weeks, but I was absolutely not an it's only 2 weeks person about anything. I didn't think any moment of my precious life was worth wasting. Once I'd arrived at the conclusion something was stupid, then I was out of there.
Gently down the stream, merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Hey, it's a tall nigga, bro. Nigga taller hair.
I wanted to be a great avant-garde novelist. I thought that college was some kind of ideological trap, and instead I was going to join the Merchant Marine, and I was going to work 6 months of the year, and then I would take the money and I would go to Mexico and I would write my masterpiece. If someone had said, "Aren't you going to miss your friends?" I would have gone, "This is important."
Nigga looks like he had his life.
Sailor's janitor. What I did was get up at 5 in the morning and go look at the sunrise. I did meditate. I would go up on the bow, which is a fantastic place to meditate. With the experiment, I do recall thinking that I'll just have a lot of time to meditate, that it'll be reflective because people will leave you alone.
I want to hear him, yeah, loud.
Clay had been in the Merchant Marines. He had been there and done that, and he wasn't going to do this for fun.
And I thought to myself, is this what I would call an experiment? It is just a mess. I began to think about how could I get myself released. And at that point, I had the idea of a hunger strike.
Hot dog day.
Eat that hot dog, prisoner 416.
It's not easy in a real prison to break somebody's hunger strike. It was a surprise for them because they hadn't figured out, what do you do?
Our meal that evening was sausages.
So what is it, dog? Like, is it this thing of when it's a hunger strike? If it's a hunger strike, then the like those people from the other side, they have no choice but to kind of try and meet your requirement or standard so that it doesn't go to a point of if they die, the murder it's gonna be on their hands. Is that how it is in terms of hunger strike? Is that how it's orchestrated? What do they know if we don't eat and we starve, and whereas it's required for us to be fed, it's gonna be peak season for them.
And he wouldn't eat them.
You don't want to eat food, steak them sausages? You want us to take them and cram them up your ass?
Both Dave and I were just enraged that this guy was challenging our authority.
They did try to jam food down my throat.
He was just, no way.
Oh. What happened with the Wi-Fi, bro? What the fuck? What the heck, bro? No internet. What the heck?